Amy here from Diamond Dance, and today I'm going to take you through 4 of my favorite exercises to help you strengthen your inverts. All you're going to need is a long resistance band. So you're going to start first sitting up nice and tall, placing the band just around your feet. And I'm keeping a soft bend at my knees, so I'm not completely straightening them out, just a soft bend and making sure that my booty's not tucked under. I want you to stick the booty out behind. From here, I'm going to reach down the band and I'm going to keep my arms nice and straight. They're not allowed to bend for this first exercise. All we're going to focus on is our shoulder blades squeezing backwards together and then releasing back out. Again, my shoulder blade squeezes backwards and then I release. So just watch that you're not bending the elbow, and also watch you're not just pushing the band down like that. All this simply is my shoulder blades, let me do a sneaky little turn, my shoulder blades squeezing back behind. Now I'm also just keeping an eye that I'm not squeezing my shoulder blades together up on my neck. That hurts. I want you to try and squeeze the very tips or the very bottom of these shoulder blades together. And you're going to go for 10. After 10 of these, we're going to start to have a little bit more fun. We're going to add a little bit of rotation and an elbow bend. So from there, you're going to pull your shoulder back. Notice how I pull my shoulder blade backwards first, pull my elbow in, adding a little bit of rotation at the end of the movement, and then return back to the start. And I'm going to alternate sides. So I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blade backwards, pull my elbow in, rotate, and release. Now I've still got a soft bend at my knees, I haven't straightened them out. That's just to make it a little bit easier to keep my booty stuck out. If you do struggle sticking this out, you can just sit on top of a yoga block for a little bit of extra support. Otherwise, if you can just join me on the floor. And another little thing to watch out for is that those shoulders don't raise up towards your ears. We're going to keep shoulders pulling down, shoulder squeezes back first, elbow pulls in, adding a little bit of rotation, and then releasing back out. And you're going to aim for 10 each side for me. I'm going to grab the resistance band with palms facing upwards towards the roof. Now it's also important in this one that those shoulders stay down away from those ears. Not only are they staying down, but I also want you to watch that we don't start to round in. They've got to stay down and they've got to stay back. So really just before you get started, just take a nice big roll back with those shoulders so we can make sure they are down and back. With my palms facing up to the roof, band just over my palms, I'm going to keep those shoulders down as I rotate them out, pull apart, and let them fall back in. I'm going to take a big exhale as I rotate my arms out and then let them fall back in. Just making sure the whole time my shoulders don't do this and they don't start to round forward. Remember, roll them down and back. And I also want you to keep an eye on your elbows. Make sure they're not out here at any point. You've got to keep them squeezing in, so there shouldn't be any gap between your elbow and the side of your torso. As we exhale, open out and return back in. So this one we should be feeling through the backs of those shoulders, all back here. So if you don't, just make things a little bit easier until you do feel it in the right places. And again, shoulders roll down and back as I squeeze, making sure I don't do this, keeping them down, and returning back in. You're going to aim for 10 of these ones. Our last exercise for today is going to be for those abs. So I'm going to get you to lay down on your back and you're going to turn your palms up to the roof. I want you to bring your feet up to 90 degrees and we're going to make sure those shoulders are still down away from those ears. You're going to take a big exhale, lift, and lower back down. Now it's important that our up part is controlled, and also as we lower back down, we don't let gravity just slam that booty back down, we control that drop back down. So again, I take an exhale, lift, and then that gentle lower back down to the floor. And you're gonna aim for 10 of these ones for me.